Eivor, is he... is the bishop dead?
He bled too little and talked too much. Now he's gone.
I won't miss him. But Atcha will need some time to grieve.
Lincolnshire is yours to lead, Elderman. The hardest fight begins now.
The din of battle still rings in my ears. I think I now know what it means to be a leader.
Good.
I would ask a favor, if I could.
Name it.
As Elderman, my life may be a dangerous one. For a time, anyway. Would you allow my Swanborough to take refuge in your settlement? At least until I feel all danger has passed.
We'd be happy to have her.
Thank you, my sturdy Norse berserker. The mead halls of my shire will be lonely without you stomping about.
Our people are bonded now. We must look out for one another.
Blast it. I am a horror with goodbyes.
It'll do for now. Now it seems the wind calls me back to Randvi. Back to Rand. Now it seems the wind calls me back to Randvi. Let's tell her the good news.
Nice.
Lincolnshire is a friend to us.
Wonderful news. And who is our ally there?
The boy Hunwald is the new Ealdorman of Lincolnshire, and he has sworn allegiance to us.
The loud one, an Ealdorman? Well, should he ever wish to call for aid, he need only shout.
Ubba Ragnarsson has come. He claims to have some business with you.
Uber Ragnarsson, you're a long way from your king's side.
Eivor. Yes, a long stroll through the hills and fields of Mercia. Also, I could thank you.
Thank me?
For sending my brother to his just reward. In spite of the harm he caused you and everyone around you, I could not keep him in line in this life. But I have no doubt the All-Father will put him to good use in the next.
A darkness followed your brother. One I'm not sure he understood. But as you say, he is now where he belongs.
He is. And as a show of my thanks, I came to offer you a gift. A token of my respect.
Thank you.
Put it to good use, Wolf-Kissed. And may we meet again soon. On a battlefield if the fates are kind.
Swanborough! Hello!
Swanborough, you made it.
I did. I should send a letter to Hunwell to give him the news. Oh, you know how he frets over me.
He misses you, that is certain. But as Elderman, he cannot afford to let his grief overpower him.
I pray he fares well. I adore the lad, but I worry the burden will be too great.
He should be fine. He has the heart of a leader. Now come, settle in and enjoy your new home. surveying the area, Sunan. I want to see the Alliance map. Tell me about Jorvik. Hytham says there are 3 more targets there.
If that is true, you are in luck. Our old friends Jor and Ljuvina have made their homes in Jorvik. Both had status and influence in Norway, so they may have valuable insights into the city's politics.
That would make my work easier.
What say you then?
I will go now. Do you know where I might find Hjor and Lufina?
When entering a new city, it is best to ask around the ports. The people there know more than the average peasant.
They're off. Can't raise the sail yet. Strike up a tune. We must row in these waters. We can control. Let the sail out!
Sing, my ravens. Let's have a song. We need an epic tale.
Some years ago, I took to sea with a sword dancer called Aed. A brooding warrior with a face of stone and oak-hard arms. On a raid in Corlan, we shored up along the edge of a forest and explored until we came to People Pots, a large farm. It was night, and all were asleep. So we set about plundering the place in the quiet of eve, taking sheep and goats as we pleased. It was then that Ale saw a farmhand and pressed the boy for the family's hidden silver. The farmhand squawked like a crow. Being hid beneath an anvil at the smith's forge, the silver was no trouble to lift. In secret, we took it and the boy back to the ship. It was then that Ale grew sad, for when the farmers woke with the crack of day, they would know they had been robbed. Not by whom. So Ale ordered 3 of us to follow him back to the sleep-hushed hamlet. As we burnt the houses, Ale shouted his name. I am Ale, son of Skatlagrim, and I am the man who deprives you of everything but your life. I never sailed with Ale again.
We will pick up from there. Is there a sea scald among you?
A good shag story should liven our spirits. Now all your shag stories are surely dumb and swift. I joke. You are surely the greatest lovers, every one of you. However, my stories of shagging are greater than most sagas. I once shagged in battle, inside a monastery with a kindred warrior. We finished on the altar, forgetting all gods and all spirits. Plow with Hugger and Abandon. I once shagged in the crook of a tree's branches, like the legs of a Jotun wrapped around us. We finished and fell to earth. A good shag is a great escape. That is my meaning in this story. If you find another, that is yours to keep.
Interesting.
Okay, back to these swan robes.
There! A military encampment!
Strike up
There was a
tune.
tale of...
Let's hear a story.
My mother taught me to care for oaths as if they were my own heart. There is no greater aim than to honor an oath till death. When a foul king strolls into town, an oath means as much as dust. These flimsy oaths, they cost us everything. I like to take oaths in the ancient manner. Do not Eat for a day, then cut a sheet of peated turf from the earth. Then wrap your sword in this oily carpet of dirt and grass, flakes from Great Ymir's old corpse, and set it aflame. In that way your honor burns bright. Does not dwindle as you speak the old words. Now, nothing to name, nothing to gain or lose. Will you pledge your heart, your family, your raven wine, your honor, your might, and your word to each and each who stands and stood like fire and fire, and finally the dagger? Together draw blood from the cradle of the sword earth, mixed your inner rivers, and you are bound. That is how you make an oath. Today we shake, spit, and trade arm rings. Whole ceremony is gone. All thunder and spirit.
From my youth. This one has no lesson to be learned or message to be gleaned. Often my father liked to take
Soma of Grantebridge. For a time, all the ealdormen of England wanted her dead. A bounty on her head the size of Yggdrasil. So she met with the leader of the South Derwents and told their king Roth, "Say that you killed me. Claim it to all of the lands." Roth answered, "Leave." Soma shook her head. "Invite them. Here. You will burn me on a pyre for all to see." So they came. The nobles of East Anglia, north and south of Mercia, Wessex. They wished to see Guthrum's Valkyrie die. Before all, King Roth pronounced her guilty of murder and sentenced her to death. Then they put her on a boat and set it afire. Yet Soma had constructed a trap beneath the pyre. She released herself into the murky waters and swam to a bramble. Muddied and wet, she waited in the thorns for night to fall. She then returned to Cambridge as a shadow walker. She entered the city and stole into the king's chamber and took the head of Roth, shouting, "Traitors of Soma, wear no heads!" The Saxons thought Soma a ghost, a spirit who kills, a curse invincible to fire and death.
Unar the Ugly was an excellent sailor who could pilot a longship entirely on his own. This is why King Sigvaldi kept him around. In all other matters, Unar was a cruel, anxious, and humorless man. He was one of the most unlikable people I have ever known. One year, I recall we had invited some Carls from the Yngling clan to dine with us. As we were serving ale, we came to find that we had none left. It so happened that the ale had run out just before reaching Unar's hall. This raised in him a word storm, and he accused Sigvaldi of treachery. Every man in the longhouse jeered at Unar for raising such a fuss. This made Unar angrier than before, and he stormed out. A short time later, we heard him yelling through the door of the hall. "I set this scorn pall upon the men of Yngling for their dishonor!" We looked outside and saw that Unar had severed one of the heads of the Yngling's horses and stuck it upon a hazel branch. When When he saw us gathering at the door, mingling curls among us, Gunnar panicked and ran. He was not seen for many months.
Let's put her in here. This must... Hjor and Lufina settled near this harbor. Hjor and Lufina settled near this harbor. Someone should know where to find them. Hi, friend. Could you help me find some of my people? I'm looking for Hjor and Lufina.
Hjor? I know him. Are you a friend?
I am.
Then you will get no help from me, or any of the other merchants for that matter. Now, if you don't mind.
Bitter. Has Hjor wronged him somehow? What see you, old friend? I'm looking for some friends. Been told to ask around this harbor. Lufina and Hjor.
Oh, sure, I know plenty.
Of that, I'm certain. Little one, can you help me? I'm looking for some friends. Do the names Hjor and Lufina mean anything to you?
I think I know that name. A woman. She's from Biamiland.
Very smart.
She sounded funny, so I asked her once. Hope it wasn't rude of me. You want to speak to the dockmaster, Grigory. I've seen him talking with her before.
My thanks. What do you see?
What's about? Move along now. We ran a clean dock in Jorvik.
You must be the dockmaster.
What gave it away?
Everyone hates you.
As I just explained to your friend there, if your wares have been seized, take it up with the council.
These merchants are not my friends, but I'm looking for some. Hjor and Lufina.
You know Hjor and Lufina? What business do you have with them?
You're sticking your nose where it doesn't belong.
I'm a dockmaster. Being inquisitive befits my line of work. Keeps things under control.
You'll find no trouble here unless you seek it. I only want to speak with some old friends.
In a manor surrounded by flowers. That's where Hjor and Lufina live. How about some coin for my trouble?
How about I cut out your tongue?
Forget I said anything.
A manor. Hjorn and Lufrina have done well for themselves.
Keep your coin pouch close to you. There are pocket thieves around lately.
Huh. They can try.
Good day.
I have those if you want them. Smart to buy these. I don't have an eye for these sorts of things. I can use this. Anything else?
Go, my eyes.
The third crate of mine taken different.
Here, this is their home. The place has been ransacked. And this body, it's not Hjor or Lufrina. Scattered scrolls. The thief was looking for something. There was a struggle here. Looks like it continued outside. Blood, but no body. Which way did they go?
Lord of Tengri! Prime! Who is that? Come closer, now!
It's me, Lufina. It's Eivor.
Eivor? What? Who sent you? Are you with them?
Breathe, Lufina. You're rattled. You know me. I am a friend.
Are you? You show up here like this. These people tried to kill me.
Can we deal with this later? It's not safe here.
I am sorry, Eivor. I did not mean to doubt you. It has been a tense few weeks.
Who were they? Why were they after you?
They were after this. I do not know what it is, but these men were ready to kill me for it.
A poor fellow soldier of Christ.
You know him?
I've seen a letter like this before, in London. This city is in great danger. Where's Hjor?
At the Royal Hall. I will take you there. Pull up your hood. We may not be safe just yet. This way. They are still looking for me.
Hide low. We can slip past them.
I couldn't help but overhear.
She can't have gotten far. Look around.
Hurry it along.
Let's go.
Kommer västan från nýjum byggum. Leitaðu fjár og kræla. Gjalda vel ef þú átt að selja.
Have you seen a Bajarmian woman? Answer well if you know what's good for you.
I haven't seen her, I swear. Did you hear something? Keep an eye out.
I do not see any others. Let's keep moving.
This way. I think it is safe now. Gods, Eivor. Your arrival could not be better timed.
Call it fate. I had hoped our paths would cross again, though I imagined a calmer reunion.
We fled one problem only to find ourselves embroiled in another. While King Richier is preoccupied with the money shortage, a group called the Red Hand has been imposing their will.
The ones who attacked you?
Yes and no. They are bandits, but someone is controlling them.
Look no further than the names in that letter. Killing them is the reason I'm here.
But they are coded. They could belong to anyone.
The sludge in the streets often drips from the gutters of the halls. When in doubt...
There's Yor! Yor! Look who has come!
It pleases me to see you, old friend. All are welcome here in Jorvik.
It's good to find you well, Yor. Both of you.
What are you doing here? You have not come all this way for the Yuletide.
I've come to warn you, old warrior, about a rut in your city. 3 figures, corrupt and dangerous. We should work together to bring them into the light and kill them before they come to power.
However I may help, I am ready.
Slow yourselves. Eivor, we cannot just go running around the city, poking and prodding and killing at will.
They nearly did me, Yor.
What?
These people sent the Red Hand after her, ready to shed blood in your streets to keep themselves a secret. But they failed.
This is the letter that was sent to our home. The needle, the firebrand, the vault.
They belong to a group called the Order of Ancients. These are their assumed names. Our leads.
Listen to him, Yor. He has dealt with their kind before.
Corruption has seeped its way into Jorvik. But King Richier's hands are full, which means my hands are full. Counsel on this matter will fall on deaf ears.
I do not want his counsel. All I have told you stays between the 3 of us. But you should introduce me to the king. I will need to align with him if we are to go about this freely.
The Picts are winning this war. We should be scraping together every ounce of silver to procure food for our men.
Understood, dear Farafid, but we also have a responsibility to our townspeople. The Yuletide must go on.
Enough. The more you argue, the more my head hurts. Sure, I was not aware we had company, the likes of which I did not approve.
Is this how you greet all the strangers who walk through your doors? Or just those who mean to help?
Forgive me, Lord. This is...
Eivor of the Raven Clan. Don't bother. I know well who you are, Rizier. You have a problem in Jorvik.
Yes,
I'm looking at it.
A problem that nearly got my friend killed. Lufina was attacked by the Red Hand. They raided her home, destroyed her property, and chased her through the streets.
Those bloody scoundrels again.
She survived, but the Red Hand has been a growing problem here of late.
And what is your stake in this? You some sort of wandering mercenary?
No. This is Sigurd Jarl's Drenger. Took our old camp by the river Nene, as I hear it. I am Faravid, war chief to Halfdan Ragnarsson, and this well-fed wastrel is Audun, High Reeve of Jorvik.
I've seen rebel groups like this before. They sit and wait, and the moment you lower your guard, they spring up like weeds. If left alone, they will take Jorvik out from under you. Not what you want. Not what Halfdan wants.
Oh dear.
What do you want?
Tell me what you know about the Red Hand, and I will rid your city of them. You can go about your affairs.
They've been sticking their hands in coffers around the city, targeting nobles, merchants, and anyone else they can throttle.
And they are growing, as you said. I would rather not be worrying about them come Yuletide.
This is not something we can afford to ignore. If we do not have the means to deal with the Red Hand, we should let Eivor.
Do what you can, but do it quietly. I do not want the public alarmed. Cure. Send funds to procure food and ale for Faravid's men. And make sure there's enough left over for the feast.
But it's as I said. We don't have...
Find it. I have spoken.
He tells me to find more silver. Where? In a dragon's hoard? Come. I will take you back to Lufina. She will know where to begin. I cannot tell if that went the way you had hoped.
It went well enough. Riche will stay out of my way. No one can argue the Red Hand must be dealt with. Speak a word of this to no one. The circle of trust must stay between the three of us.
All Father favors you, Eivor.
Join me.
I would join.
Together we'll force open the door.
You will forgive me for stepping away. I grow weary of those pissing contests.
My love, I am sorry for what happened. I should have been there.
Nonsense. You have your duties to fulfill. Besides, a few bandits is hardly something to worry over.
I am only glad you were not harmed. Eivor, I will be around if you need me.
Once you catch the tail, you do not let go.
Old habits die with the struggle.
Yours changed. Softened.
Politics. It takes the Norse out of a Norse.
I'm happy for him. And you as well. You have made something of yourselves here.
Perhaps.
What do you have there?
Christian texts. The Gospels. Ecclesiastes. The Revelation of John. The Red Hand steals all they can find. We may run the city now, but the Christians must still be allowed to worship as they see fit.
Seems the Red Hand disagrees.
What's more, Althon is worried they will come for the archives next. Between this and all the uproar at the harbor, I would say we have some leads.
What does the Red Hand want with Christian texts?
That is the question. Whatever it is, there is no length they will not go to retrieve them. They have even burned people alive who refuse to hand over what they demand.
Where's the largest collection of texts in the city?
The archives. But they haven't been so bold as to attack it yet. Althon keeps a close eye on the place.
I will try my luck there. I went by the harbor when I first arrived. The dockmaster looked wary when I asked about you.
That does not surprise me. He's been using Jorvik's money shortage to increase taxes. As if he's been ordered to by the council. Jor would never wrong the people like that, even if Riche demanded it. The dockmaster is a thief and a liar.
A man in need of a throttling. I will have another look around the harbor.
Try the trade depot. It's where he's holding the merchants' wares.
I will get started at once. No, I need you here. Listen to the voices in this hall. Look for any signs, changes in behavior, anything.
I would swallow a horse heart to join you, Eivor.
I know, old friend. Your loyalty is why I need you here. I will return when I find something.
It cannot end like this.
Trade depot. This must be where the merchants' wares are being kept.
The Dark Master. I do not see him. Is he here?
Keep working. You have no business here.
He has a loud mouth. Usually stands right around here, yelping. Hard to miss.
Fuck off!
There must be another way in. The depot is well guarded by the Red Hand. The Order has a stake in these docks.
What are you doing? You're supposed to be in the market.
I know,
I cannot fit.
Seems like the complaints by the merchants never reached the council.
It's never you mind. Someone else will take care of it. You are playing with fire. Evil is known to sting for far less than this.
sting of the needle. I'm on his trail. So, the Dockmaster seizes cargo and resells it through merchants in the marketplace. The ones involved bear black cloths. I may be able to get their attention by showing some silver around the marketplace. Seized exotic wares. These are worth plenty. Something that could be on the Red Hand's agenda. Accumulating wealth. Coppergate Market. I'll flash some silver to the merchants. That should get their attention.
There was trouble at the depot earlier.
What do you mean, trouble?
I don't know for sure, but the Needle is calling for more protection. Meet me here at nightfall. We will go see him together.
Holding owns you! I will eat your eyes and make soup of your bones!
Those fellas will return after dark. I might be able to follow them to the Needle. The key. Where to?
Rules are rules, but I wish they would tell us what.
Be my eyes.
We will go one by one, and if any of these peddlers gives you a hard time, remind them just who it is they work for.
Oh, with pleasure.
Hi, friend. I have a hoard of silver I'm making to spend. Can you help me? What have you got?
I have nothing left to trade, but Coppergate Market is the right place. Ask around. You'll find someone who'll bend an ear.
My thanks. I hear this marketplace sees its fair share of silver pass through. I have something that may interest you.
You will want to speak to Grigori.
The Dark Master?
Sorry. Who are you?
Someone who wants to do business. With Grigori.
I don't know your face, and I've said too much already. Please, go.
Did I hear you talking about silver?
I'm looking to spend a large sum, not fork it over to some street beggar.
Oi! I'm no beggar, you dolt. I'm with the big dogs.
You mean the Needle?
You have something he wants. If you truly want to make a trade, head to the statue near the East Gate.
I shall. Watch yourself around here, young one.
Oh, me? Ha! Please. I've a bigger sword than the lot of them.
Have you any wine for sale? There's nary a drop in town.
Sorry. All the wine's been bought up for the old-type beast.
Cast about this land, my friend.
Empty carts. And a black cloth marking the house. Hiding among the rats, Needle. Fitting. There must be another way in. Best not to draw attention here. Sound of metal. A workshop in the sewers. What is the Needle's operation? All this silverware, some still in their crates. Has the has all been seized as well.
No! Please, don't do this! I promise you your silver next week! Please, don't do this!
What?
It's a misunderstanding, that's all. I'll pay.
You had your chance.
All this silver, it is being minted into coins.
I'm not surprised to find you creeping down here.
You don't belong down here!
We run a clean dock in Jorvik. I believe those were your words. And yet here I find you swimming in silver from all the wares you've seized. Are you the Needle, or just another of his pawns?
You have it all wrong. The fabric of this world has been used up, torn, shredded, you see. Someone must be there to stitch it back together. Someone with a firm yet steady hand, who can thread the needle. Someone like me.
You are a shit poet, but at least my question is answered.
Yes, well, we all have our weaknesses. Yours appears to be the iron between us.
Think your men are going to stop me?
I would not undermine them so. The Red Hand are loyal to our cause, which is more than I can say for the merchants. Make it quick! Meet me in the marketplace when you are done.
Choose.
Damned background. Slipped through my fingers. I'll finish this in Coppergate Market.
Come, walk with me. It is good to walk.
Grigory.
Good to take in the air. The sights, the sounds, the smells.
Please, Grigory, I didn't think you'd mind. It was just a few coins.
I understand. It's not your fault. It was mine, for thinking you had anything but empty air between your ears.
With all the silver I've given you, I have nothing left to feed my children, let alone myself. Please, understand. Oh, dear God.
Merchants of Jorvik, I promised you a future rife with opportunity. And what was the one thing I asked in return? Do you remember?
Loyalty.
Loyalty! Let this serve as a lesson, should any of you think it a good idea to threaten my operation.
This place is heavily guarded.
I do the thinking, you do as you're told. It's funny. As a child, I thought of snow as the tears of God, frozen by our sins. Weak with hunger, I stared into the sky, hoping it was me he wept for. Me he sought to save. But God did not save me. The vault did. He took me to a fine house, gave me hearty meals, a warm bed. For the first time, someone extended a hand, showed me kindness, compassion. And it was then that I made a vow. I vowed to never turn my back on he who was there for me when God was not.
So you served the Vault, knowing full well what he was proud of.
The Order made our paths intersect. I owed them a debt, and I repaid it by saving this city from its own destruction.
A life debt is a strong motivator. It took hold of this one's Hugad, drove it, and never let go. Yet not with the same compassion you were shown. Too many have suffered by your hand in pursuit of this cause.
You're right. Perhaps I deserve this death. But I am but one cog in a large wheel. One that still turns unhindered.
Not for long. Where you have gone, there will be no tears waiting for you.
A thing in your worthless life.
The seal. I've seen it before, on the council grounds. I should show this to Lufina.
What news do you bring?
The needle will never sting again.
Well done, Eivor. Who was hiding behind the name?
My love, there has been an attack at the markets. The dockmaster, Grigory, is dead.
The needle. Sold off the wares he seized to collect silver for the vault.
He had no such authority. Why would anyone believe him?
The council seal. That rat.
This is getting out of hand. How he was able to obtain this is concerning. I must return and prepare for the Yuletide feast, but I will do so with a bent ear and a keen eye. Be safe.
One down, two left.
The Christian text will lead to another. I am sure of it. Search the archives.